Hey everyone, Ducknuck84 here,
Sure.
back with more adventures of Casper the Chanter and Pillars of Eternity. In the last episode, we finally made it to the big town, and first thing we had to do was break up a drug ring. So, you know, your usual big city problems, but I think now we're going to explore the area a little more, and where should we go? Let's check out the hall over here. But, actually, before we do that, looks like some of our companions have some stuff to say to us, so let's see.
The dozens. Pretty sure you won't find one among them who stood within 100 miles of that bridge when the Godhammer went off.
What do you mean?
Too. Assume there'd be less of them.
What do you mean? You know, why do they call themselves the Dozens? Was 12 Drywoodians stood outside Helgott Citadel waiting for a Wadrin to cross the bridge there. They had to hold him there long enough for the Godhammer to detonate, so that's what they did. Godhammer, well, we know what that is, but that's what they called the bomb that blew up Wadrin with. Don't know much about it other than that. Anything to kill a living god, guess you gotta name it. So, what do you have against the Dozens? Nothing serious, nothing I don't have against a lot of folks, anyway. The Dozens, they like to take things into their own hands, get ugly sometime. We don't have them in Gillet Vale, but they'd be right at home there. They picked that name so that they could do what they wanted and feel like it was right. Got nothing to do with honor or sacrifice. They like to invoke Magrin, too, when they especially want to feel right. Somehow I don't think she'd be too impressed with that lot. I'm sure she'd like to set them on fire anytime they'd use her name, but the gods probably got rules against that kind of thing. Let's see. People should hide behind symbols so they can't be questions. There must be plenty of other groups that are better reflected of the figures that inspire them. Too bad I wouldn't mind seeing some of them like that. Surely has worthier follows. Yeah, I think that's a good answer. People hide behind symbols so they can't be questions. Or questioned. The Duke is a reasonable man. Maybe while we're in Defiance Bay we can get him to force people to call themselves what they are. Don't imagine they'd have as many members if they called themselves the loudmouth sheepfuckers. No, I don't think they would. Can we ask... No, I don't think we can get any more, but... yeah, we... Godhammer, yeah, okay, so just gonna give the same thing. Well, that was interesting. Let us continue. And...
Ready, Watcher.
Sagani, what do you have to say? Sagani draws up beside you. Her fox follows at her heels and takes a seat next to you.
Even if you are putting one over on me, it's nice to have a hunting party again.
So you've been searching for Persolk for 5 years?
5 years for me. Must be 30-something for Ichimak.
What an adventure. So how goes the search? Well,
It's been a long hunt. A long time away from my family. Before, I'd crossed the tundra of Nasitok following caribou herds. I didn't want to leave Kalu and our children, but I was eager to visit lands my people rarely do. But 5 years without finding him. It's like 2 hours of necking. I'm ready to be done with it.
Well, okay. So why do you have to find this guy?
Soul recovery is an old village tradition. We call it the Tarnek Elite Sok. Once in a generation, we seek the soul of a much-respected and long-dead village elder. We tell him what's changed in the village, how people remember him. The only other Tarnek Elite Sok during my lifetime happened when I was a girl, not long after Persok died. We feasted on blubber and fermented milk for a week, and we honored the chosen huntress as a hero.
Sounds great. I think I would pass on the fermented milk, but...
Then she left, and we returned to our duties. We still sang her name to the skies during festival season, but we otherwise didn't speak of her.
Let's see. I'm sure your village still remembers you, Sagani. People often forget what isn't in front of them. Yeah, we'll go the stoic route. I think of that frequently.
It's not being forgotten by my village that troubles me. But sometimes I wonder how my husband and children remember me. If they think of me often.
Well, we can't be... If we're being stoic, we can't then just go around and be passionate. Returning to them is what matters. Both practical and true.
Still, there's no point in dwelling on it. More often I find myself wondering whether Persak will remember us. You claim to see souls. What do you think? Do you remember your past lives?
I do in fragments, and they usually involve a scary masked man with oily hair and a beard and a weird mask. What's it like? Yeah, it's strange. Feels like I'm going crazy most of the time. I don't envy you. Guess I'm lucky I only have to worry about someone else's past life.
Makes me wonder what Persak remembers about our village. Or if a turn at the wheel has yanked the details out of his mind like it does for most of us.
Has your village changed much since this time?
Masuk is probably much the same as it was 100 years ago. We live between tundra and frozen forests, and the land takes as much as it gives. But our hardships bring us together. And the elders truly unite us. They keep the stories of past generations, and they guide us from season to season, through good years and lean.
Recently, there's been a lot of good years. My aunt says we've had a few clashes with neighboring villagers, thanks to the hunting territories that Persak helped establish. Or had fewer, even. I wasn't saying have more, but we had fewer. In bad years, we rely on trade with the merchants that pass our shores. We exchange walrus tusks and seal pelts for grain that lasts us the hard winters. Persak brokered a lot of those agreements, too. He got this from one of the Ayumao ships used to trade with us. It sounds like he did a lot for his people. Yeah, let's go with that.
That's what I'm supposed to remind him.
Sounds like you're on a hunt of your own, though. You feeling the thrill of the chase, or ready for this to be over? Well, it's all too early to tell at this point. Fair enough. We've got darkness on our side. Shall we move on? Let's talk a little bit more, see if you have anything else interesting to say. So, I'm a long hunter, a stock game across the tundra with some of the other wives. We usually hunt caribou and oxen, but we find hares and birds too. It's a good and respected position. You see so much of Nastak in the company of my friends and sisters. This is one of those places of life in Masok. One of the pleasures of life. Butchered those lines. Said you did. What are your thoughts on my search? Helps to know what you're hunting. You've got a lot of tracks to follow, but where they'll lead is anyone's guess. Okay, well, I think we can talk to these things about you to you later. So,
yeah.
Nice little tidbits of information. Get to know our group a little bit better. Let's go see if we can get into the halls of whatever that was, Requiem or Respite. And hopefully we don't have to deal with any more drug dealers. Scrivener? Okay, just a random, just another name for a basic extra person. And don't need any talk to any of you guys. Nothing. Okay. Hey, weren't you just right over there? Let us see if we can get in at this late hour.
All these pages serve no better use than fuel for the fire.
No, they are important. We are not going to burn them, Durance. We're going to be here to learn stuff from them. Oh, revealed mysteries.
Welcome.
Yeah, I just talked to you, and you didn't want to talk to me back. You're welcome to browse the stacks, but mind that you keep your voice down. This is still a temple, after all, and Grimda does not tolerate disorder. Who is Grimda? Why, she is a high archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowledge about it. Almost nothing, anyway. Should probably tread lightly around her today. So, this is a temple. It looks like a library. That's because it is! Wael, the god of mysteries and answers, encrypts and decrypts. Or, encryption and decryption, concealer and revealer. Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and protection of hidden knowledge. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that. To think there's such a place in the Direwood. Incredible. I love a glimpse of the archives. How many secrets must sit upon these shelves? It is fascinating, isn't it? Temple dedicated to Wael tends to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use the knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. And, Fexa, tell me about yourself. I'm a scrivener and a devotee of Wael. It's my duty to look after our records and resources. Okay. Nice to meet you. I will try to keep my voice down. I'll try also not to spill any blood. And I will not steal your books either. Record books borrowed from Return Feld in the cubbyhole. Oh yeah, because we had, while we're here, we can look for your records, Eder. Priest of that, Scrivener, Grimda. Keep searching.
Gods keep you.
Hi, Grimda. You're welcome to look around, but let this priest and scriveners continue their search. Wouldn't you do to give them any other excuses? What are you looking for exactly? Maybe I can help. She sizes you up, stroking her chin. Could you now? She scowls at the robed priest again. You certainly couldn't do worse than this lot, anyway. Thieves made off with an ancient scroll of Wael. They intend to blaspheme by selling that which should remain hidden, a secret of the 100 verses. The guards caught one of them, but were overzealous in their interrogation. All they could piece together was something about farmhouse on the road to Dryford. I might have seen that farmhouse. Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do to them, but bring back that scroll. Wael rewards the persistent seeker, and so do I. An ancient scroll of Wael. This is a fine prize. I mean, a worthy task. What else do you need? Question about tell me about yourself. Kind of know what he's about now, so I think that's all. So I will find your scroll. But in the meantime, is this the archive room? Elder Archives. No entrance into the archives. Okay. And you're probably not going to give me that permission until I find your scroll.
Hail, traveler.
Tell me about yourself. I'm the High Archivist of the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. And I am too old and too busy to be bothered with inane questions. Even just one or two. See that? Her smile reveals a row of crooked teeth. That's the rub, isn't it? Wael is a god of things hidden and revealed. The more of the hidden 100 verses one sees, the more one has yet to discover. Though we often call, well, he who sees and is not seen, it is neither male nor female. To assign any definitive characteristics to Wael is to miss another essential part of its divinity. And the 100 verses, term of reverence for Wael's many revelations. Despite the names, there's infinite. Each epiphany leads to yet another enigma. And I thought I was busy. Okay, so I had a question about the mission scroll. I said I can kill them. What's special about it? Let's talk about something else. What do we know about the thieves? Very little, except that they were foolish to believe they could steal from the god of secrets. That, and they were feeling to a farmhouse. Well, we'll go look for that, because I'm thinking it's that farmhouse we found it there, so we'll go do that real quick, maybe. Because otherwise it looks like we aren't going to be able to get into the archives.
Adair, you have said you fought in the Saints' War, but for which side?
The one that blew up my god.
I didn't mean anything by it. I imagine a man with a head made of fire and light could be very convincing.
Funny thing about Dear Woodens. With all that fire and light, they just treated him like another authority figure.
Huh. Nice little banter. So, should we go and try to catch those thieves? Go to the catacombs. The dormitories. Oh, the Scrivener's dormitories. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and go find those thieves. Okay, so I'm guessing it's this farmhouse right here. Let's see if I am proven right or I'm completely wrong. Don't need fast mode on. Yep. There they are.
On your word.
Shoot him, since he's going to shoot stuff at us.
Huh?
Same thing.
Hi?
And shoot him as well. While Mr. Foxwolf guy attacked him. Okay, now...
What?
Now we can get that up. And... Let's see... That's still me, so... Attack that thief.
How may I help?
And that. And one more for good measure.
Huh?
How may I help?
What else do we got that we can do?
I'm here.
Have you hobble the wizard.
Hmm?
That guy's almost dead, so... Nope, I want you to hobble the wizard. And Take that.
Lava.
What?
On your word.
How may I help?
You can help by attacking him. Oh, I have my spell up, too. Yeah, let's do that, and
On your word.
you can summon some reinforcements. Ow, I just shouted that guy to pieces.
Hey,
Oops. And my fox is down.
hey.
Kick him down. And you're about to die, and
Hey.
why is everyone gathering over here? And let's get... let's see if we can shoot him. Oh, yeah. Everyone reloaded. Good to go. What do you got? Great sword. More food. And some other stuff. Ooh, what's that? Is that... No, it's a regular pistol. Arquebusier. Yes, please. Check out that Grimorum later. Don't know why your clothes are so special. Scroll. As you take the scroll, you hear a voice. You have found it. Now lose it again. But High Archive Grimdale asked me to bring it back. Would you appease a dwarf or a god? I think this thief was an accident. Or you think this theft was an accident? My relics were never meant to stay in one place for long. They were meant to be lost and found. It is the search that gives them their value. Take it to the Black Meadow, find the drake that faces east, and bury it near its skull. Okay. So, appeasing a dwarf or a god? I think I'm going to go with the god, since the god just talked to me. And what do you have? Ooh, what's this? Sun-touched mail of Hyrian Wrath. That looks interesting. Regular shield and a sword. So let's see what that new stuff is. And nothing of... What's that? Grease? Slickness. That is a very useful spell. And these anything of particular value? No. And what about you? Immune bonus times for poison effect. Great. That's pretty good. Who should have this then? So what do I got? +1 to dexterity, feign damage reduction. And this can be further upgraded, I think. Yeah, so I think I'm going to take that. That it looks pretty cool, too. And let's see. Let's check out that. I think that's just a regular pistol. 26 to 35 versus mine, which is 27 to 37. So mine is better. Now this is what I've been looking for. Because we gave you that ability that does special damage, I think, when you use one of these, so... let's have you run around with one of those for a while.
Yeah.
After you load it, of course.
What?
Yeah, because I think, what was that skill that we gave you? Inspire that. No, that's not it. Well, I remember we gave you something that did extra damage when you had a arquebusier. Oh well, we'll figure that out later. Actually, wait, let's, we're closer to the exit right over here. And his hands are still glowing. So, let us go bury this 1 day, 10 hours in the Black Meadow.
Some fermented caribou milk would hit this spot right now.
Don't worry, after we bury this, we'll take a quick break at my castle and then head back to town. So it said, what did it say? Put it in the... Fragments of the Scattered Faith. No. What one was it? There it is. Just had a strange experience. Black man under the skull of the drake looking east. Okay, so I'm guessing that is according to the map. This one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Yep, that's the one. Drake's skull faces east. The soil underneath is soft and moist, which isn't usually good for scrolls. As you cover the ancient scroll with the last handful of soil, the shifting voices speak in your head once more. Well done, Watcher. Thank you. Does that mean that I have a god on my side now, maybe? Maybe I'll get a boon from the god?